All right, we're live.
Okay. Hi. Of course, I'm doing last minute things like normal, trying to be able to see some of the comments that come up on a bigger screen so I can be cooking and sort of looking. But I'm waiting for this email to come through, and it's not coming through for me to connect to StreamYard. So while I wait for that, I'll just say hi to you guys. And Jeff's here too, so he's going to be doing some reading of the comments and everything. Today we're doing Tasty Tuesday a little bit differently. We are streaming live into Facebook and onto YouTube. So we're on my business channel on Facebook and on my YouTube channel. So it's going to be a little bit busier and just a little bit different. I decided to do this because it's been a real problem for people to find when I'm going live, and when it's inside of a group, it's really difficult to get the comments with names attached because of privacy issues on Facebook. So we decided to do it this way, and I'm really hopeful that it'll work out. So while I do this, Jeff, is anybody here yet?
Yeah, there's quite a few people. There's 99 people watching already.
Wow.
And Charlie, she checked in a long time ago. She said looking forward to it, and it looks like I guess she's here. Mark Grimes.
Hi, Mark.
Cheryl Warshowski.
Hi, Cheryl.
Vicky Merritt. There's a name from way back.
Hi, Vicky.
John Freeze.
Hi, John.
Robbie Conklin.
Hi, Robbie.
Brittany Henderson, Hey Girl.
Hey, Brittany.
Vicky Tabor.
Hi, Vicky. Vicky,
yeah.
Hi, Vicky.
I scrolled down too far. Hold on a second. Let me get straight here. Okay, I'm just going to go through. Everybody's pretty much saying hi, so I'm just going to go straight down. Jill Stewart, Susan Short, Ellen, the Rooter.
Hi, Ellen. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Susan.
Larry Gilbert.
Hi, Larry.
Wendy Weatherup.
Hi, Wendy.
Francisca Sethman.
Hi, Fran. I'm sorry.
Francesca or Francesca?
Francesca.
Deborah Tunney.
Hi, Deborah.
Dustin Time.
Hi, Dustin Time.
Joe Larson.
Hi, Joe.
Sarah Perry Melville.
Hi, Sarah.
Christina Kidd. Sherry Plant.
Hi, Sherry. Hi, Christina.
Debbie Salkowski says hi.
Hey, Debbie.
Lori Moynihan and Marrow.
I'm sorry, Debbie?
Lori Moynihan.
Oh, hi, Lori.
Ann Marrow.
Hi, Ann.
Lorena Giron. Robin Watchman. Scott Endorf. Patricia Wagner. There's a lot of people here.
Great. Hi, everybody. Okay, so now I'm going to be looking in here and seeing how this works. I just figured out. I just got this to work. So, Jeff, real quick, you want to tell people what the premise is while I finish setting this up? So in case nobody's been here before.
Yeah. So I reached out to one of the people that are watching and asked that person if they would select some ingredients or come up with a recipe and give me the ingredients. And that's what we have here are the ingredients, and we're going to let Louise either try to figure out what it was they were aiming for or just do her own thing with the ingredients she's giving, and then we'll compare and see how they came out. And the person that gave you the ingredients is in tonight, so you'll be able to talk to that.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so as normal for me, something went wrong here, and I cannot do it on Jeff's iPad because it's not updated. So 40966. So now I'm trying to do it on my phone.
Well, the other thing you could do is you could, did you get in?
I'm in. Now I got to figure out if I can see comments just to, I'm not sure. I don't know how to work this. I'm not tech savvy, really. I do not want to allow the microphone or the camera. Join without mic and cam. That's what I want. Now, Jeff, you're going to have to let me know. Okay, good. I can see everything, but you guys should not be able to see or hear me or anything. Can you see? You can't see me or anything, right?
We do see you. We're supposed to see.
I mean, like, you can't see my phone camera. Like,
no. We just.
what is this?
Oh, that's just a bag that I found with the rags, with the towels, and I used it to cover up.
Oh my God, that's so funny because at first glance, it looked like something I would have used in the assisted living to put on the bed for incontinence. I'm like, what?
So it's not that.
All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so Jeff kind of explained what Tasty Tuesday is about. I get ingredients. I've never seen them before. I have no idea what's in there, and I have to make dinner. And then we've been putting this like little twist on it, which I absolutely love. And that's engaging with you guys to help Jeff come up with the ingredients. And then I pretty much have to guess. And we've done it a few times now, and it's been so much fun. Like one time, a friend of mine, a follower and a friend, Dixie, came up with the recipe, and I was able to like phone a friend. So I could phone a random friend of mine to say, hey, these are the ingredients. What would you do with them? So it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun. And then I ask you guys questions. So please, interact with us. This is just goofing off and having fun in the kitchen. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. So let's see what our ingredients are today.
And then you get to go through the guessing game to figure out who provided.
Yeah. And I'll also tell you guys that I'm having this allergic reaction of some sort on my eye. Okay. Both eyes. They've been pretty much swollen shut. So I took some Benadryl. So I'm not drinking tonight. I don't want to mix that. So I took some Benadryl, and they're still kind of itchy and swollen. So I'm going to do the best I can not to like punch my eyes because they're driving me crazy. All right. Whole milk, sour cream, a white onion. I'm not something I usually cook with very often. We have some garlic powder. We have spicy brown mustard, curry. Now these things are getting kind of interesting. Curry powder. Okay, cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, baby carrots, sharp cheddar cheese, a lemon, chicken thigh fillets. Okay, these are maybe they're boneless, skinless.
They are.
Boneless, skinless. Okay. And then some broccoli and some butter. Okay. All right. So first I have to guess or try to guess who came up with this, which is going to be almost impossible. Do I get any hints?
I think you can ask yes, no questions.
Oh, yes, yes. Does this person live in Baltimore?
No.
I don't know. Is this person getting married?
No.
No.
At least I don't think so.
Is it Robbie?
Yeah.
Really?
How'd you figure that out?
I don't know. I just saw her name pop up and I was like, okay, this might.
Okay.
All right. So Robbie and okay, these are interesting ingredients. I mean, I'm assuming it's some sort of a creamy, probably might even be good like slow cooker. But we don't have time for that today. So we're gonna have to turn this. I'm a little thrown off by the ingredients, I must tell you. I don't know that I've ever seen sharp cheddar cheese and curry put together in one dish before in my life.
I will tell you that the curry amount is a half to a 1 teaspoon, so it's very little, and it's probably removable.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Does anybody have any ideas what this is? Okay, Lori says chicken divan or divan. Is that it? I've never made that before. Obviously, I don't even know what's in it, right? Because obviously I did not know what these ingredients are. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what it is.
So it's a casserole.
Yeah, I figured that.
So then it's just a matter of working all those ingredients into a casserole and covering it with cheese and bacon.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So these are the issues. So let's talk about the issues first. Okay. Let's talk about how are we going to get this done quick? How are we going to use the Ninja Foodie? What setting are we going to use? And what obstacles do we have to overcome? Okay. So number one, I have heard that sometimes milk will split under pressure. But I have not tested that theory, so we may test that tonight, okay? Cream definitely will, so I don't ever pressure cook with cream. But coconut milk does not. Of course, totally different. I know that. But let's just see if the whole milk, let's see if we can use this as our liquid. Milk also scorches a little bit though. So in order to combat that, I'm going to probably have to add in some chicken stock just to make sure it's thin enough that we don't end up scorching the milk. Because you know, if you put milk into a saucepan on the stove, turn it on high heat, the bottom usually will scorch if you're not there to stir it. That's the same exact thing that's happening in the Ninja Foodie because we're using the bottom element to heat that up pretty high, a high heat so that we can produce the steam and go under pressure. So I think it would scorch to the bottom, which would be not very pleasant at the end. So I'm going to mix it with some chicken stock and I think it's going to be just fine. Now, all right, well, let's get started with seasoning things up and we're just going to probably just dump and then I'll put the topping on. Oh, another issue that we're going to run into is how to get the broccoli done without it overcooking. Now, I don't know what this dish is. So I don't know if, I'm assuming it's a casserole and I'm assuming it's all in one. Okay. That's what I'm assuming, but I don't know that because I've never made it. Okay. So the broccoli, the carrots and everything is just inside, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, and we're going to probably bake it to probably brown the cheese. So what I'm going to do is get the chicken started. Then I will modify the broccoli to cut it into small enough florets that the residual heat after pressure cooking will soften them, but not turn them to mush, okay? Carrots are going to be fine. We're probably going to do a 5-minute pressure cook with these. So we're going to be fine with that. I am going to season these up. That's where I'm going to put the curry. I'm going to put the curry, salt, and pepper onto the chicken, and I'm going to use the butter to brown it up as best I can in the pan. And then we're just going to dump and go. So let me get my onion cut.
So you don't need any olive oil?
I don't need any olive oil, but I do need some chicken stock. And I don't remember when I opened the last one, so we should probably get a new one. I don't need a lot, but I need a little bit. So I can't read. I thought I'd be able to read this a little bit better, but it looks, oops, and it goes really quickly, doesn't it? So I'm sorry. So, I know, I don't know when I opened it, so I don't know if it's good. No, chicken stock goes bad kind of fast in once you open it. So and I'm terrible about writing the date on it. So I'll put it in the refrigerator thinking I'll remember and I'll use it up within, 2 days, but I just don't. And we haven't been here in a couple of days because we had friends in from out of town, which was really nice, back to back. So it was fun. And I had to ask them if they came in contact with a guinea pig because it's the only thing I'm allergic to. And this is what happens to my eyes when I get around a guinea pig. I mean, walk into a pet store. That's how highly allergic I am. If they have guinea pigs in that pet store, I have to leave immediately. The dander in the air I'll be in bed for 2 days straight. But neither one of them have been around guinea pigs, so I have no idea what's going on with my eyes. And it must just be a seasonal allergy that I've never had before. So, I mean, that's possible. Obviously, as we get older, things change for us, right? Now you get to see the messy prep. I usually do all the prep before I do a YouTube video, so now you get to see all the messy prep. I don't have great knife skills, and I don't care, Doesn't matter. Don't sweat it. So somebody was saying maybe don't pressure cook in the milk, and I could probably not pressure cook in the milk, but I want to test it today because I know the worst case scenario is that it will just split, but it'll come back together. So I'm gonna pressure cook with it. I'm also going to pressure cook with some of the, now this seems like an awful lot of canned soup. This must be a real saucy type of dish.
It did call for both of those cans. And Robbie commented just now, I'm not sure what she's saying. She says, don't mix after. And I don't know what she means by that. But since she's your sous chef, I think you have to listen to her.
All right. Well, sous chef Robbie, what do you mean by that? Because, okay, I'll tell you what I was going to do. I'm going to brown the chicken, obviously, in the butter after I season it. Then I would deglaze the pot with some chicken broth. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of the milk. And now remember, excuse me.
There's your,
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Now remember, when you are going under pressure, you don't have the evaporation that you have when you're doing it in the oven or something like that, or on the stove. I don't even know how it's cooked because obviously I've never made it.
She's saying don't add the milk, mix after. So I think she's saying mix the milk in after you've cooked everything else, but I'm not sure.
Oh. Okay, but I wanted to test it.
It's your kitchen.
I wanted to test it out to see what happens. Yes. Okay, so I think it's Francesca, but it might not be. It might be Francesca. So I'm not sure. Let us know which way to pronounce your name. So she's PC'd with milk in many recipes with no issues. Don't add milk, mix after. All right, so Kevin, hey, welcome. You are most welcome for the Sloppy Joe recipe, the Big Mac one. That is, that really quickly became a favorite here. I love it. And I am cooking something that I've never cooked before, never even eaten before. And it's a dish that Robbie, who is my sous chef tonight, came up with. So her and Jeff worked out the ingredients, and it is for chicken divan. Is that how you say it?
I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I think it's good.
Now, Chris, I don't even know how much of anything. So this is what I do, though. I'm just winging it. So let's see.
If you need quantities, she actually gave me a written recipe, which is on your iPad over there. That's your call if you want to just make it. That's about was that 2 tablespoons?
I used 3.
Okay, I think it called for 2.
Okay. All right, let's turn this on. Let's get the sear saute on high. Got to be careful though with that because butter will burn really easily. I'm not even going to let it come up to temperature. I'm just going to throw these in so I can get my cutting board cleared off so I can start to add in the chicken. So somebody I think it was Mark, said, do you broil the chicken? You might in the real recipe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just doing it my way, right?
Robbie said show her the pic, but I'm thinking I'll show you the picture. You may have seen it while you were trying to get everything going, and I didn't even realize it because it popped up. But how about you do yours, and then we'll compare at the end, a blind comparison.
Okay.
See how close you came.
All right. Well, but there's no crackers crackers. You know what I mean? Like there's no topping to it.
Some people do put like Ritz crackers and other kinds of things in there. Some people put potato chips in it.
Oh.
Sort of like company potatoes.
Oh.
That idea.
Okay.
So.
All right.
So, if you want to add something like that.
All right. I'm going to salt and pepper. I don't know if pepper goes in it, but pepper goes in almost everything I make. Definitely salt. Probably I've got those, canned soup. So I pay attention to that. If you're going to cook with something that's got a lot of salt in it, decrease the amount of salt that you use. So that's probably about 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon. I have open curry powder, don't I? Did you buy curry?
Sure. I bought that because I wasn't sure.
Oh. I don't think I put it in there, but I definitely have open curry powder. I don't know if I have sugar. Okay. I would say I have curry powder.
And a lot of people don't even use the curry powder. It's not from the original recipe. It's something that somebody added. I guess it's been carried down through generations.
Okay. It's not going to sprinkle on quite as well as in other things, but that's okay. Shoot on it. Shoot on it. That's my new thing. Shoot on it. All right, Jeff, I will need tongs. Oh, I love the smell of curry. It smells so good.
Tongs. I think they're right there beside you, unless they're behind you.
No, I don't have any here. They must all be in the dishwasher. And then, you know, the mustard. Do you coat the chicken in the mustard? That's kind of common sometimes too. But I'm going to brown it. So, it's not a bad idea. I don't know if that's the correct idea. Oh, this is Robbie's recipe. So she added it in. And I mean, I love curry. So it just smells so good. So Robbie, I'm probably screwing up your entire recipe, aren't I? That's not good. Oh, here's some tongs. Okay, I can get those. I can use those for those. All right, so let me just move these onions out of the way. No garlic, huh?
It smells good.
It does smell good. So I'm trying to think, do I want to coat the chicken?
There's garlic powder. Did you get that?
Oh, no. Do I want to coat the chicken in the mustard? Why not? Oh, this is new mustard too?
Yeah, you don't have brown.
No, I don't think I do. Am I doing this wrong? Hey, CJ, how are you? Season it first, then mustard rub.
Oh, Francesca's saying that she thinks that Robbie said don't coat, but
Oh, shoot.
it's coated.
It's coated already, and I'm going to get dirty. Oh, well. Let's see how it works, right?
So she just said, you do you, but I did not coat. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Because I only have seasonings on the top part of these. I mean, probably I would have done this. If I wasn't live and kind of trying to rush a little bit, I would have done this a little bit differently. Like right now, I'm running into a little conundrum because my hands are dirty and I need to get things in here.
So Robbie was telling me that she's done this with a rotisserie chicken and just pulled the white meat off because that's what she likes to have in here.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and I was like, you know, if I can find some boneless, skinless thighs, that would be perfect.
Yeah. All right. So let that go. Now, these are not going to really brown up, and I'll tell you why, because I got too much liquid in there with the butter and then with the mustard on there. They're just not going to brown up. And that's okay, though. But I'm going to leave them in there for a few minutes, wash up my hands, clean up my cutting board, and then hopefully I'll be ready to flip, and then we'll be ready to go under pressure. And I will need a pressure lid. Some fun thing like that. Pressure lid.
Okay.
This will be interesting. I don't even know what it's supposed to taste like, so I'm not really sure. Not sure. And there's lemon. Lemon zest, Robbie, or just lemon juice? Oops, sorry, guys.
Do you want me to wash that down, or you?
Yeah, that's fine. This is spicy brown. Let's see. Lemon juice. Okay. Lemon juice. Lemon juice it is. So I can use that as thin liquid too. That'll be good. Sorry guys, I'm going to try to get to these comments in just a second. I can use that because I did not cut the chicken. All right, let's see. Yes, there's just a lot of liquid, so it's not really browning too much. Now, I could broil it, but I'm not going to worry about it. Now, is the chicken usually shredded? We did get some browning on that one. That's something I didn't consider.
Okay. Both, either shredded or chunked. It depends on.
So I should have cut it, but I didn't, and we're not going to worry about it because we're going to pressure cook it. You know what? Oh, Lori said lemon is your acid to your cream, but that's a good point. If I put the milk in with, well, it'll turn into buttermilk. It'll thicken. So for that reason, I'm going to leave the, do I leave the lemon juice out or do I add the milk after the fact? This is where it gets interesting because I have to use the chicken broth. These are the things to think about when you're changing a recipe to pressure cook it. Robbie, I'm assuming you didn't pressure cook yours, or did you? Maybe you did. Huh.
I don't think she did, but she did write the instructions as if you were going to do it. It was more like a pot in pot type of approach, as opposed to a one pot.
Oh, like I was going to pressure cook it, but pot and pot?
I think so.
Oh.
Read the written instructions after you're done and see how.
Okay.
Lucy says I would use the milk mixed in with the soups.
Well, you can't mix the milk with the soup, so you'll create too thick of a sauce. But I can put the soup on top and not stir it in, which is what I'm going to do. And then I'll add the cream and, well, these will go in now. I'm just going to use the whole bag. Do you rinse these? I don't buy these. I guess do you need to rinse them?
They're not right out of the ground. They're tumbled. That's how they make them small ones.
Ready to eat? Well, just rinse them. It won't hurt. I gotta eat one. All right. Let's see. It smells good. It smells really good. All right. Let me think.
They got rinsed in the bag.
All right. Let me think here. I'm going to put a half of a cup of chicken stock and a half of a cup of milk. I think that's going to dilute it enough. But we'll see. This may turn out to be a mess, but it'll be okay. I'll fix it. Okay. Now, it smells so good. All right. Hey, Peggy. Yes, I am cooking a particular recipe without instructions. Yeah, just a tad confused about my confusion. Yeah, so this is Tasty Tuesday. We are live. And before we started, which was at 7 o'clock Central Time, I had never seen these ingredients before. So I was presented with the ingredients and then I have to make the recipe. And I've never made this recipe before. It's a popular one. I think it's chicken Divan, do you think? D-I-V-A-N? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I've never had it. I've never made it. I don't know. But now I have to make it. So that's what I'm doing. And Jeff, can you switch over to the top view here?
I think it's going to be steamed up. I'll go ahead. Oh, no, it's all steamed up.
Because I wanted to show the deglazing.
All right, well, I can wipe that down and put my little pan up there.
I don't have time for that, really. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not. Well, if you're quick, I wanted to show the deglazing because I get questions about that a lot. Why do you deglaze? And I'm going to show you in the pot here if I can wait long enough for Jeff to set the fan up.
But I do have to wait for the thing off too.
I hope I don't burn it.
This is going to be. I don't have time to do. I didn't realize I was going to have to do this. Ooh, it is steamy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, we got to hurry though. See if you can see it.
Yep.
Okay, see this brown stuff in the bottom? That is called fond, and that is from browning the chicken. And if it's stuck on the bottom when you go under pressure, you can sometimes get the water notice because it continues to burn and then it sets off the sensors in the pot to trigger the water notice. So that's one reason why you always want to deglaze after you saute something and before you go under pressure. But the other reason is because you want that flavor in your sauce because it is amazing. As long as you don't burn it, which I was right on the cusp of burning it.
That's what Mark Grimes said. Fond is flavor.
Exactly. It absolutely is. Okay. Now I'm going to dump in the carrots. I'm just going to put those on top and I'm going to use that as sort of a place for my soups to hang out without getting too thick. Because if these go in to that sauce too much, too fast, we could also get the water notice. So I'm going to use them as kind of a barrier to my sauce here, to my soups. And this is a cream of chicken. Now, I don't know if I need all of it, though. I'm only going to use half, I think. I'm going to use half of the chicken and half of this. And I'm putting them right on top. Ooh, I used almost all of the mushroom. Oh, well. Okay, now we're going to go under pressure for 5 minutes. I think that's going to be enough time to cook that chicken. Should be. All right, now, next up, what do we have? We are going to have to use the sour cream, which we're going to put in at the end. The cheese we're going to put in at the end. What else?
Use the lemon, right?
I did not use the lemon because I thought it would curdle the cream, make it into buttermilk.
And the broccoli is going to go in at the end, right?
And the broccoli's going to go in at the end, and I'm going to cut that up right now. And then I'm assuming the cheese goes on top, or does it go all within?
On top.
Does the
And
cheese
then on top and then browned up.
So it just goes on top?
Yeah.
Sous Chef Robbie? Is Sous Chef Jeff correct? All right, let's see. I probably should have trimmed my chicken up, but I didn't, and oh well.
Okay,
Don't
Robbie
forget-
said she did a little in and a little on the cheese.
Okay. Okay, people are saying, don't forget the broccoli. What about the broccoli? What about the broccoli? 5-minute pressure cook time will destroy the broccoli. It will turn into mush. It will just become like a cream of broccoli soup with the other ingredients. So I'm not going to add it in until we go to bake. However, if you cut it into big pieces like this, it would not bake. It would not cook in time. It would be too hard. It wouldn't be good. So what I'm going to do is take a little care and make it into very tiny florets, which I think will be pretty in the dish and also will cook very, very quickly. Takes a little bit of time though. So I'll work on that. All right, let's see. Season the cutting board, never the meat. Does this season the cutting board, never the meat? Does this apply to pre-cooked seasoning or only finishing seasoning? Season the cutting board, never the meat. I've never heard of that, Mark. I'm assuming you're talking about like season after you cook on the cutting board. That would be like, I've never heard that before at all. So I really don't know what that means. Season the cutting board, not the meat. I don't know. Hey, Brittany. Good comment. I do too. I love to see the same people in the comments and the chats. We have fun on Sundays too. When I do my premiere, we chat. And that's always fun. It's always fun. We get new people, but we have like a whole bunch of regulars. It's really fun.
Dorothy Hill doesn't think she's going to enjoy her cold cut sandwich now that she's watching.
I don't know. A cold cut sandwich, toast that bread first. take it up a notch. I love a good cold cut. In fact, when I was traveling, because we don't buy lunch meat or anything really here, we don't eat a lot of lunch meats and stuff. So when I was traveling to and from Maryland, there's a place called Sheets. We don't have them here, and they have the best subs, in my opinion anyway. So I always get the cold cut sub with lightly toasted bread. Love it, love it. Where's Gus? Okay, Gus they're all in the kennel today. Boarding, I guess I should say. That's a better, nicer word for it. Because Jeff has a really early appointment in the morning tomorrow, and I have to take him, and we decided that it would just be easier if they were there because we have to leave so early in the morning, getting them fed and everything, and then having them cooped up all day. So we put them in. We put them in yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. Oh, we put them in the day before because we decided to take the day off, which we have not done in a long time. We decided to take the day off, and we went to Florence, Alabama, which is about an hour, right? About an hour and a half from our house. And we just kind of looked around. Everything was pretty much closed. It was a Monday, but we looked around. We had a pizza at, what was it called?
The Pie Factory.
The Pie Factory, which was really good. It was really good pizza. So that was fun because I don't make pizza a whole lot, and we don't have pizza places around here that are any good anyway. So it was a good New York style pizza. It tasted good. And okay, I'm about to come up to pressure. And then we came back here. My eyes were getting worse, and we went to bed.
Watched a good movie.
Oh yeah, we watched a good movie, an old movie. What's it called? Michael Clayton.
Yeah.
And it was like from 2007, you said?
2007.
Yeah, so it was
George
old.
Clooney and some other.
Yeah, it was a good movie though. It was a little bizarre at first. We were like, what is this? But it all came together quite nicely. It was good. So anyway, so now, and then we're here doing the Tasty Tuesday. So I like having the dogs here, and I don't mind. I never worry when they like jump up on the counter or whatever. I don't really worry, but I know some people really can't stand that. But I don't worry. It's my house, my food, whatever. Makes no difference. Okay, now ordinarily I would be saving these, but I'm not. Why are places closed on Mondays in Alabama? It's sort of common for restaurants and bars and stores and stuff to be closed on Monday. They're really busy over the weekend, so I guess they give their staff some time off and things like that. But yeah, it's pretty common. We've noticed that in other places, not just Alabama. Let's see. No, it's not that old, Juliet. The 30s and 40s. No. 2007. I say old because I was surprised I hadn't watched it. I was surprised I hadn't seen it.
And when you
that
watch
was
a movie
interesting.
with George Clooney, he's still young.
Yeah, he was young. He's not that old though, is he?
He's getting there.
No. I don't know where anything is. That's a problem. I don't know where my grater is.
Oh, I think it's right there.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna grate the cheese, and we're almost done. I don't know how much of this to put in, but I'll go. Wait a minute, what happened to my milk?
Oh, I thought. Oh,
He does this to me all the time. He is such a cleaner. I'm such a messer, and he's such a cleaner that he goes behind me and he starts putting things away, and then I get totally lost in what I'm doing because I have things out, so I remember to add them in, and they're gone. I'm like, what? Okay. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Brittany, I'm pressure cooking for 5 minutes. So it just went to pressure, which I think is going to be fine for this. I think it's going to be fine. I don't know. They were kind of small. They're kind of thin, chicken thighs. So I think it's going to be fine.
Kevin was asking about the frog legs, if you've tried them again since that time.
No, they were good. Don't get me wrong. They were good, but no, I'm not doing that. Scott says cooking with curry. 1, saute it up. 2, feed it to Gus. Reheat some Big Mac sloppy joes for dinner. Oh my God, that's so funny. You could totally make it without the curry. Robbie said that's her addition, which I think is going to be really nice though. It's not going to turn this into a curry sauce. There's not enough in there. I hardly used any, but I think it's going to give a really nice balance of flavor. So I'm looking forward to that. So hi, Mandy, how are you? I'm just looking through some of these comments here. Oh no, Peggy. Oh my gosh, her foodie died after 3 years. Oh no, that's horrible. Oh, I couldn't live without one, really. I couldn't. Karina just jumped on. Do you not like cooking with the Ninja Foodie? No, I love it. That's why my recipes are in it. So I don't know. Did I give that impression somehow? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, no, I love the Ninja Foodie. I love everything about it. I think it works great. Hey, Linda, how are you? Hi, Linda. Another Linda.
She clarified the new one.
Oh. Okay, good. So yeah, so it's not that I don't like it. It's I don't know it and I can't see the buttons and it's horrible to work with on camera. So Jeff asked me, which one do you want to use? I said, I don't know, you pick. So he just picked this one. He knows I prefer it. Although I don't think we cleaned it very well. It's a little dirty, but I don't know. Like if I'm going to do a recipe that needs one of those functions, like steaming crisp or steaming baked bread or something like that, I'll use it. I think I did just use it in the asparagus video, right? That we have coming out. I think I did steam and crisp asparagus, right? So there's certain foods that will go wonderful and work wonderful with the steam and crisp function. But when at all possible for camera use, this one's so much easier for me. It's 6.5 quarts. I know it. I can push buttons like without even looking. Like I know where everything is. It's just easier for me. However, I will say when I'm cooking for myself, I probably lean towards the one lid model more when I can look straight at it. I mean, it's very easy to use and it works exactly the same way as this one does. It just has one lid. So yeah, I don't dislike either one of them. I just have a hard time doing the other one on camera. There are my scissors. All right, so 5 minutes. Now with chicken thighs, I probably don't even need to do any kind of a natural release, but I'm going to anyway, just because I think with things like that, it's nice to let the pot settle down a little bit. But I'm probably only going to do a 5-minute natural release. Now, I have no idea how much cheese this calls for, but
it called for 8 ounces.
Which is what this is. Yeah. Okay. Whole block. All right. It's a cheesy goodness. Now, one thing, this has been sitting out now for a little bit, obviously, but keep your cheese in the refrigerator until you're going to grate it because it's so much easier to grate cold. And then, are we done?
I think
as soon as I bake it, I have to bake it.
Then you're done.
All right, 8 ounces of cheese grated, which is probably about two cups, I would say. Maybe, yeah, probably 2 cups. So I'll mix some in, like Robbie said, and then I'll put some on top. And we will bake this up. I can't wait to taste it. It's going to be good.
You're down to 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then I'm going to let it release pressure a little bit.
Oh, okay. You're going to do a natural release.
5 minutes, yeah. All right.
So that means you have to talk for 5 minutes.
Well, maybe I'll see what people are saying. Kathy has a backup foodie. That's awesome. I've got several. I'd be lost without one. And Ellen says, well, that was fast for the dinner. Well, what time is it? 7:45. And I'm talking a lot.
Yeah, it
So-
seems like it's faster than normal, but 7:45, by the time you're done, you're still gonna be past.
It's still going to be past 8 o'clock, but I would say it would be a dinner that you could get done in under an hour if you weren't talking. Yeah.
It's actually pretty low carb.
Oh, it was fast grating the cheese. Yeah. This little
Oh,
thing
grating
works
the
pretty
cheese.
well. It's a KitchenAid grater, box grater. Works pretty well. Dory says it disturbs me thinking that these foodies die too soon. Yeah, I know. And some people have really bad luck and they die really soon, and that's a shame. Mine are still going. All of mine still work. So I'm going on 4 years with my originals, but I don't use them much. I don't use them in videos anymore, so they're not really worked too much. Sometimes I'll use the older one. I used it the other day for something, but usually I don't even use them. But I have them, and I'm not getting rid of them.
So Kathy Reichert says, "What are you making?" So
Okay.
time to go over that.
Kathy, yeah. Okay. So for people who are joining in late, let me kind of just go through this, like what we did tonight. So this is Tasty Tuesday. It's newly being streamed to YouTube. I don't usually do that. I've been doing this for probably 4 years in a private Facebook group called Simply Cooking with Louise, which you guys are all welcome to join. But we were having more and more issues with Facebook not letting people know that when I'm going live and things like that. And we were also switching over to use a streaming software that works with our camera setup. So it makes it easier, more streamlined for Jeff. And in private groups, we couldn't see comments. We could see the comments, but we couldn't see who they were from. And it was just causing a lot of chaos and confusion for everybody. And that's never good. We want it to be easy. So we decided now that we have good internet, we can stream to Facebook, my business page, and we can stream to YouTube. And so that's what we're doing. So it's Tasty Tuesday. The premise behind Tasty Tuesday is I get surprised with ingredients and I have to cook dinner, basically. Okay. Don't know what the ingredients are ahead of time, have no time to plan or prep or anything. I've got to just do it on the fly. And what we've been doing lately is asking you guys to get involved and give Jeff a list of ingredients and or, a recipe that either is just, your recipe. Like this one is Robbie's recipe, but it's for something that is, a lot of people make called chicken Devon. So I get the ingredients, but I don't even know what the recipe is. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I have to try to figure it out. Excuse me. And I can ask questions and things like that. And it's been working fun. It's been so much fun to do this. So much fun. So this is chicken Devon, which I think I'm pronouncing completely wrong, and I've never had it or made it. I don't know what it's supposed to taste like, but I've rolled with it. We're going to see how it works out. I have no idea. So that's what I'm making.
I'm trying to, I think it'll work. I just posted my email as the salt and pepper, but I posted my email address, jeff@saltandpepper.com.
Yeah.
So by all means, send me an email with some suggestions and I'll basically first come, first serve.
Yeah. And I think what I'm going to do is put up like an actual just form, a link form that the results go to your email. So I don't see them because obviously I can't be involved in it or I would know what the ingredients were and I would have time to prepare. And that's not the fun of it. The fun is I have no time to prepare at all. CJ, thank you so much. For next week, include whiskey. I almost always have a cocktail when I'm doing Tasty Tuesdays. Like I'll have wine or wine spritzer or mixed drink or something fun. But I'm on Benadryl for this weird thing that's going on with my eyes. Like they're all swollen and itchy and it's kind of gross, honestly. But thanks for the $20 you paid for dinner, I bet. Almost, probably.
Whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff says he'll pay for the whiskey. Okay. All right. That's what you want. Buy some whiskey with the $20. All right. Jeff will be all over that. We only do this every other week, though. Divine. Okay. Doxy Doggy says Louise is chicken divine. Okay. Is it?
She's saying chicken Devon is divine.
Oh, is divine. Okay. Okay. So somebody needs to let me know how to pronounce it.
I'm thinking it's divine. It's named after a hotel where it was invented in New York. It's not French like it sounds. So I'm thinking Devon.
Somebody was telling me to check my timer. Yeah, 5 minutes is up. So, you think it's
Robbie says Devan.
Devan, D-E-V-A-N, but it's spelled D-I-V-A-N? Devan, chicken Devan. Devan. Now somebody's saying Devan, D-A-V-A-N. Divan, like, and then chicken Duvan. Okay, guys, Jeff is correct. Devan, Divan, Divine, whatever. That's so funny. I will look it up. I look a lot of things up, and I'll listen to them pronounce them. Some, with different ingredients. All right, we didn't get the water notice. Okay, so that's always good because we use soup, but we also use some thin liquid with the chicken stock and the whole milk. Now, it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. Did that milk split underneath? I don't think so because it had the chicken stock in it. I think we're going to be fine. But it's going to look horrible right now, okay? When I open this lid, it's going to look horrible, all right? Don't freak out. We're going to fix it all up with some sour cream, which I'm assuming goes in, some lemon juice. We're going to put the broccoli in to cook. So I'm excited. This will be kind of a nice one-pot meal.
Brittany Henderson said, this reminds me of a scene out of Donnie Brasco. I don't think I ever saw that.
I don't know if I have either. I don't think I have either.
Must be referring to all the different ways to pronounce something properly.
And it's Vercingetorix. I can't say that correctly. I'm sorry. I found you looking for toffee. I made your toffee recipe. It was amazing. Oh, thanks so much. I love that. I could not believe how easy that recipe was. As long as you follow the heating instructions, it works out beautifully. A lot of people had some problems with their butter separating. That's all temperature issues with candy, and it's quite common, unfortunately.
Mark is scared because he thinks you're going to have curdled milk.
Yeah, I know. Like, okay, so we definitely have to make sure we have the overhead shot going. Chicken Devon. All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, so who thinks we're gonna have curdled milk? I should have done that before. I should have put a poll out. How many people? I'm gonna say no. What are you gonna say, Jeff?
I'm going to say even if you do, you're not going to see it because you have the carrots and then you have the soup. So I don't think you're going to notice it if you do.
Okay, Lucy says no, I won't. Let's see. No curdle. Let's see. All right, well, Jeff is right. Look at all that liquid, though. Oh, my gosh. Are we going to be able to thicken this up? Because I'm assuming this is not a soup that we're making, right? Look at all that liquid. Now what happens? Look at that. Okay, so we have made soup. And I'm assuming that we don't want to make soup. It did not curdle. It does not feel like it burned. But how are we going to deal with all this soup? This is the issue when you're dealing with a recipe that's usually baked and we pressure cook. We don't have the evaporation. We get it done a lot faster, but 1 cup of liquid. Look at all that. I mean, even the soup stuff didn't thicken it up. It smells good though, but we're going to fix it. So no worries, right? So here we go. In with the broccoli. And cheese will thicken it a little bit, but most of the cheese goes on top. So I'm just going to put about 3/4 of a cup so I can save enough to sprinkle on the top. We're going to mix that in. I do have to add in, I'm going to break up the chicken too as I go around because I don't think they're whole.
Sour cream will help thicken. Sort
of. The chicken is shredding nicely. Oh my gosh. We're going to fix this though. I'm telling you right now, we're going to fix this. Okay. Now.
Faith Weber said drain some off. That is the first thing I would think.
I know, but that's the flavor. That's the flavor. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and taste it too, because I always recommend that you taste your food as you go so that you know if it's seasoned properly. So I'm just going to take some out. It's hot. I better get the sour cream in there. It's missing something. I think it needs more salt, which is surprising to me. I might need you to taste it too. I bought a whole bunch of tasting spoons, but I don't know where they are.
Oh, I saw some.
Let me put in some of this, okay? All right, so I'm gonna put in some sour cream. I don't know how much. I'm just gonna put in the whole damn thing. Sorry for cussing. I don't know if you put in the whole damn thing or not. Sorry for cussing again.
I don't know if that's a cuss word.
I think it is. Okay, 8 ounces. I put in 8 ounces. Whatever. I don't know. It's not really going to thicken it too much because, I mean, it's, well, maybe it will. Who
Barbara
knows?
Barnes thinks it will curdle.
No, it's not going to curdle. Oh, speaking of curdling, let's go ahead and get this in before we do the final. It won't curdle, I don't think. Now that I added the lemon juice, it might. Okay, juice of 1 lemon. Okay, now we still have something that would resemble more of a stew than a casserole.
Robbie's saying add the rest of the soup.
Yeah, I can do that. There's not that much left. Okay, so the other half of the soup goes in. All right. Did you give me exact ingredients? Like,
Yeah.
so I was supposed to use all that sour cream.
Oh, I didn't give you the exact amount of sour cream. I don't remember what the amount was on sour cream, but the soup was both cans.
Okay. All right. Now let me see. All right. Now we're going to fix it for flavor, and then we're going to fix it for thickness, because there's no way in a short bake period of time that all that's going to thicken up. I don't think I'm a fan of this. I'll just be right up front. I don't think I like it at all, but that's just me. Or maybe I made it totally wrong. I'm just not a fan of that. So it might be hard for me to even fix this. It definitely needs salt, right?
Yeah, it needs salt.
What else does it need? More garlic, probably. More garlic flavor. What does it need? It needs, I don't think I made it right, or I'm just not a fan of this dish.
Maybe a little bit of pepper. It could be that you're just not a big brown mustard thing.
I don't even taste mustard in there, though.
Oh, I'm tasting the mustard.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm always honest, no matter what, and I don't like it. Sorry, Robbie. But I wish I knew what it was supposed to taste like, because I'm thinking maybe I just totally screwed it up. Because I'm not trying to insult your recipe. Everybody loves, or a lot of people love this dish, but I just don't like it.
Maybe it was a bit too much sour cream.
Maybe it was, but I didn't like it before either. It's just not me. I don't know. It's just not, I don't know. I probably just made it wrong. Where are my seasonings? You put them all away?
The garlic powder's right there.
All right. Tell me what it's supposed to taste like, Robbie. Because I don't think I made it right. I certainly wouldn't put this out as a recipe for me. I put onion powder in there. I'm going to put some garlic powder in there. I'm not going to add any more curry, although personally, I think I would like that, but I'm not going to add any more. All right. Help a girl out. We got to fix this. It is getting a little bit more. How liquidy is it supposed to be, Jeff? Do you know? Okay, it's time for me to look at the picture to see how bad I screwed this up.
Not a stew, that's for sure.
Okay.
All right, it's on that iPad. Here, I'll just break it up.
Yeah, it's time for me to definitely look at it, because I have totally messed up. But this is the fun of Tasty Tuesday, right? All right. Like a Mornay cheese sauce. Okay, well, no, I did not make that. It does not taste like that at all.
Now, a lot of people, when I Googled it, a lot of people make a bechamel.
Okay. Okay. All right. We got to fix this. We have to fix this. So I am going to fix this. I'm going to fix this.
Here, hold that picture over the top of the foodie.
This picture?
Yeah, and I'll show everybody what it looks like. It's kind of glary, but they can kind of get an idea.
Okay.
Your colors are the same.
Yeah, the colors are the same, but okay. So mine is obviously too soupy. I'm going through my brain how I want to fix this. Obviously, I could add more cheese. That'll thicken it up too. But I also, well, this doesn't have cheese on top. Oh, a little bit, maybe. I could thicken it with a cornstarch slurry, but it's already kind of thick. I could turn it into a stew. I could make it into a bowl of stew. So chicken Devon stew.
With cheese on top.
With cheese on top. But first I got to get the flavors right because it's not good. It's not good. It's bottom line. I made
Have you
something.
tasted it since you put the...
Nope, I'm about to. I've just got to find these spoons so that I can look like a normal person. Okay. It's not good. It's not good. All right. But I'm going to take some like with the chicken and the carrot and all this stuff. All right. This is what happens on Tasty Tuesday. It does not always work out. And that's the fun of it, really. All right, let's see. I think it needs more cheese.
That's chicken.
Good. Okay, I fixed it already. Now that's good with just a little bit more salt, garlic, and onion powder.
Oh, Robbie says there's mayonnaise missing as well. And the reason, I don't know how that would fit in there, but the reason there's no mayonnaise on the counter is because we had it and I didn't buy it. So I didn't even think, I forgot to put it in there.
That's good now. Okay. Huh. So there's supposed to be mayonnaise in it. Well, that's not going to help right now. I don't think. We're going to get this. All right. Let's see, what am I going to thicken it with? I'm thinking about using xanthan gum, but that's not a very common household ingredient. So
Gretchen Hanchett said add potato flakes. So that's a starch that might help thicken it.
true. I don't have any, but that's true. I can't add rice right now unless it was already cooked. So if it's usually served with rice, that's something that I might be able to make a one pot. Is it normally served with rice or?
I don't think it is served with rice. Robbie said add in a quarter cup of mayo, stir, add cheese, and bake.
Yeah. All right, sous chef, I will do what you say. Quarter cup of mayo, please. I'm going to add the cheese and we're going to bake and we're just going to see what we have because this is Robbie's recipe and I don't want to overthink it too much. It does taste really good now that I put in that extra garlic and salt. It does taste good. It has a nice flavor. Before it was off balance. It just wasn't right at all. And we just need what? A quarter cup?
Quarter cup. Give or take.
Mayonnaise. Interesting ingredient always. All right, well, we can just hang out while I bake this. The broccoli needs time anyway, too. So let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens because it's beautiful now and it does taste good, I must say. So that first impression was not correct. It was, I could just taste like, I don't know. It was just off. It just wasn't right. Totally my fault. Okay, we're going to put the cheese on top. I could see this would make a really nice stew though. You know what I mean? Really nice, like a chowder kind of thing with some potatoes in there. Oh my God, that would be good. All right, let's go over here. Let's go ahead and go to the bake roast function. I turned it off instead. And I don't want to go at a really high heat. I want to go at a lower heat. So I'm going to go at 325. And we will start with 15 minutes. So now we just hang out because there's nothing for me to do until it's baked. But we'll see. Rice does not belong in it, can be served over it. Yeah, I figured that. With this, like if you wanted to do a one pot though, you would probably put the rice in. It would really help to absorb all those liquids and stuff. So it would make it more of a one pot type of meal. Or you could do it pot and pot. So you could do the chicken dish on the bottom and then the rice on the top. Like I'm doing red beans and rice and that's how I'm doing it. So there's ways to work around that. What are we making? Randy.
Show Kevin how much a cup is. He lives in Scotland.
Oh, a cup is 250 mLs in liquid, but in grams, it'll be depends on what the weight is of the food. Okay. But this is a cup. This is a cup dry measure. But 200, I think it's actually technically 247 mLs, but you know, it won't matter. Plus there was no stock, like no stock in yours. Yeah, but we have to have it in the pressure cooker. So I did fine either way. I feel like I really messed your dish up, but it does taste good now. So I'm really happy about that. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for joining in. So I guess we can now clean up, Jeff, and wait for this to bake.
I get in trouble when I clean
My
up.
almost disaster. I almost had a disaster. Like it was almost like something I would throw away. But don't do that ever. Don't assume that what you made is going to stay horrible because you can almost always tweak it. Thank you.
Where's that bus bucket thing?
I don't know. I don't think it's clean yet. I am the messiest cook. So messy. Like on the YouTube videos, I'm not that messy because everything's portioned out already. But in real life, oh my gosh, I am a messy cook. Like I will get every bit of the counter dirty. Seriously. Twice. All right, let's see. Which version of the foodie has bake roast? All of them have bake roast. I don't know that there's one that doesn't. All of the Ninja Foodie pressure cooker and air crispers have bake roast. Oh, okay, Robbie. That's interesting. So Robbie did make it in the Instant Pot, and she did not use the liquid. She put the carrots in with the chicken, and it was enough liquid. That's really interesting. Now, the chicken did give off quite a bit of liquid. So, yeah, I might have been able to skip that, like the milk and the chicken stock, and that would have really decreased the amount of liquid at the end. However, it increases your chance of getting the water notice. So it's like, you know, what do you want to live with? Probably if I was to do it again, I would try it without water, you know, without liquid, without stock.
You go to look that up.
Hi, Colleen. How are you? Let's see. Trisha's asking me, do I like the new Ninja? I do. I like it. I was telling people earlier that I don't use it on camera that much because it's a little bit harder for me to deal with. As far as I don't know where the buttons are, and it's just difficult for me to cook with on camera with it facing outward towards the camera. But I like it, and I do go with it. Like if I'm going to cook something, I've got them lined up on my counter for testing recipes. I do tend to migrate towards it for my own like personal use. Like if I'm going to make something for myself and Jeff, I tend to go for it. But on camera, I prefer this one. It's just easier for me to reach all the buttons and everything like that. Keith, have you seen the knives that Ninja makes? Yes, I think I used that knife tonight. I think I used a Ninja knife tonight. I'm not sure. I have the Ninja knives and I have the Pampered Chef chef knife. I prefer the Pampered Chef knife over the Ninja chef knife, but they both work well. I just prefer the feel of the Pampered Chef knife. It feels better in my hand. Yeah, Mark, that's what we were talking about. I'm not sure that I needed the chicken broth, and maybe I shouldn't have put the milk in. Like, I should have listened to my sous chef, and she said don't do that, and I should have listened. But I'm stubborn sometimes. I do my own thing. So, and I end up with the consequences. So this is what happened, right? No, there is, let's back up. This is an important point here. Somebody says there is no bake roast on the new OL 701. There's steam crisp or steam bake. And I'm walking over here to plug mine in, so I'm going to tell you what it's called, because there absolutely is. But they rename them sometimes. So I just plugged in my 701, and yeah, there's bake roast. So it is like, people are kind of getting confused about the new model, but it has all the functions that this one does. It just has some extras, okay? So if the slider is all the way over to the right, you have your bake roast function there. So it does have it. The single lid is such a win. It is nice. It is nice. I do like it. Sheila, I'm trying to make a dish I've never had before called chicken Devon, whatever. I can't say it. So I kind of messed it up, but we're in the process of fixing it now. So I'm baking it to sort of, it shouldn't be so liquidy, and mine's a little liquidy. And so we were just discussing what went wrong with that. SB saying, would this go with fries? Yeah, I think anything goes with fries, but I personally would probably pair this with rice. I think it just lends itself to rice to me.
It'd be nice over a scallop potato.
You think?
Because there's no starch in it, so that would add the starch. You could put any starch you like in there, and it'd be nice. Rice would be good with it.
I think rice. I don't see. What did you say?
Scallop potatoes.
But scallop potatoes, like, they're all creamy.
Oh, I was thinking like make that the creamy sauce, but they're cooked in the sauce.
Oh, so you're just saying add sliced
Sliced
potatoes in there. That would be good. That would be good. That would be really good. Trisha's asking, do I ever air fry in the Ninja? Oh, all the time. Yeah, I love to air fry in it. How much water do you use for steam crisp? It depends on what you're making, Houston, but usually at least like a quarter to a half of a cup, but it depends on what you're making, really.
Betty L said, I'd scoop into a baked potato. That would be fantastic.
Oh my gosh, that would be good. Now let me check. All right, so we're not burning our cheese. That's important. So I'm just going to keep on going here because I can still see it. We need to go a little bit further.
And the broccoli went in raw, so it's got to be.
Yeah, the broccoli went in raw. The manual is not user-friendly for Ninja newbies. I have, I don't know which one that you're looking at, whether it's the OL series, but I'll have something on my website soon that goes over all of that. But I already have one that goes over the whole Ninja Foodie, these models, the older models with 2-lid. And what did Betty say? Yes, baked potato. That's right. I'm losing my thought process here. Juliet says, the first time I make something, I usually follow a recipe to the letter. I tweak it after making it a few times. Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't have a recipe. I guess I could have looked at Robbie's recipe, but I didn't. So I was just kind of winging it. That's how I like to cook. I like to just wing it, and then I'll know next time. That's why I have to test my recipes so many times, before they go out to you guys, because the first time's always me winging it. Sometimes I forget what I wrote down. Like I'm testing red beans and rice. This drives me crazy about myself. And it was good, but it needed something else. So I was like, okay, I got to do the second test. So I was doing the second test, and then I got distracted in a split second. I could not remember if I had already added in the garlic powder and the onion powder. I knew I added in the oregano, but I could not tell because I'd already stirred if I added in the other two. And so I added it in again. But now I have no idea if it was 1 or 2 teaspoons of each. I have no idea. So I've tested again, obviously. And then I have to make a decision. Am I going to test it with 2 or am I going to test it with 1? Because after I do that, then I've got to test it again for the final test. So it's like, those little things can really screw you up when you're writing recipes. Thank you, Dawn. Okay, so when Robbie made it, she said she natural released. Well, that wouldn't have really helped my liquid issue. That would have helped, in other ways. Did you put the broccoli in? Maybe I should have. I didn't know your recipe. I figured it was a baked oven recipe. I didn't know it was a instant pot recipe or pressure cook recipe. I really should have probably looked at it. But anyway, hey, we had fun. That's all that matters. Mark says, what kind of rice though? Probably just a plain white rice. Long grain probably, but also, this kind of thing, if you made a risotto, especially, a risotto, because it tends to be on the creamy side and kind of sticky. I'm not sure if I would put like a risotto, a short grain type of rice in, with that. I'm not sure. It seems like it would be too much. I think I would do a long grain rice. Yeah. Mashed potatoes would be good. Let's see. Yeah, rice or potatoes would definitely take up some of that. Pasta would be okay with it, but I don't think it'd be my first choice.
I wouldn't like pasta with it. But
Yeah. It would be okay. If that's
I
what.
could see it on an angel hair or something like that.
Yeah. I don't think that wouldn't be my first choice. And if I was going to do a pasta for me, it would be a bow tie pasta. I don't know why. That seems to be like it would need a little pasta, not a long pasta. Not a noodle-y
Something that's
long
gonna
noodle.
hold the
Yeah.
150 sauce.
Yeah. Wild rice would look pretty, but the flavors would kind of compete, I think, a little bit. Mark says any meal with biscuits and gravy. Well, I'll tell you what could be done with the way it was so soupy. If I mixed in all the cheese and then I'd put a biscuit topping on top. I'm straying way from the total original recipe, but it would be amazing to bake a biscuit topping on top. Wouldn't that be good? Because it's such a comfort food feel, that would be really good. Yeah, Charlie, I agree. Long grain white rice would be the best. Let's see. No recipe is like a black box. I think that's what it's called. My son had during chef school. I've never heard of that, but I'd like to cook without recipes. However, the problem is that you can never recreate them unless you sit down and write everything down, and it's hard to do that. So that's why the first time I do a recipe, it's just to get like proof of concept, so to speak. And so I throw in what I want. And I go through it like I would just be cooking for me and Jeff, because that's really what I'm doing, and tasting along the way and adding this and adding that. And I try to then jot down approximately what I did. And then Jeff and I will talk about it and say, well, it needs more of this, it needs less of this, blah, 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 blah. And then I write a formal recipe, and then I test that recipe. And if it turns out great, then I know that's fine. I've got one more test to do, and I'm good to go. But if it doesn't, then it goes into the tweaking stage. So it's an interesting process, but I love it. Peggy's asked, so doing the bake in the 701, can you constantly open the lid like this one? Absolutely. Yep. Mark, you could use a bread bowl. You certainly could, especially if you kept it soupy, on like a stew. I think this would be a great stew for winter. I really do. It's kind of like a really good broccoli cheese soup, with chicken in it. Okay. A little bit different flavor, but still like really comfort delicious. And John, yep. Recipes are only written guidelines. That's right. My mom said a messy cook is the best cook. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's hard to stay clean. All right. It's looking really good. What do you think, Jeff?
We need to scoop a piece of broccoli out of there and see how it's.
That's true. That's a good point. Let's see if the broccoli is done. Looks good. Now, obviously, I would let this rest for probably 20, 30 minutes before I even served it. But I'm not doing that to you guys, so don't worry about that. I'm going to take this out. We'll just keep going. It's not burning or anything, but the oils are separating from the cheese. So I'm going to let this cool down, make sure this is
Robbie
cooked.
made tonight. So hers
Oh, yeah.
definitely thicker.
Definitely thicker. Yeah, it looks good. It looks really good. All right. I'm not going to get there, Robbie, I don't think. Now, it looks like your broccoli is really little. Did you make it even littler than mine? Or maybe I'm just not seeing it. I should have put mine. Oh my God, that is good now. My broccoli's not done yet. I should have made it half that size. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't know what to do. Oh, what do I do? My broccoli's undercooked. Oops. Not by much, but by a little bit. I mean, it's still like hard. Like I don't like soft, mushy broccoli, but this is just a little bit too hard. Maybe 5 more minutes.
You can't overcook that cheese.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, Randy, parboiling the broccoli would have been a good idea. I'm making a stir fry recipe, and I'm gonna have to do that with it. I have to parboil the green beans because they don't get done. And what I do is I blanch them. Well, I had some plates up there, Jeff, don't I?
Where?
I did, but I don't. So you want to grab a plate? Let's do one of those shallow bowls, since really I think I made a soup, and I'll need a fork. Okay. All right, so let's see. It's 8:30, so I started at 7, talked for about 10 minutes, made a ton of mistakes. I think this could still be an hour or less dinner, but I would tweak it. I would definitely tweak it. Betty's saying saute on low. I thought about that, sauteing on low, but I don't think it was going to help any more than what this is doing, just because of how thick it was. Yeah, blanching the broccoli would be good before I put it in, definitely. Or if I had enough liquid, pressure cook for 1 minute with a quick release. That's a good point too, Barbara. I could have probably gone back under. Let me think about, I'm trying to go back and see how much liquid I had in there. Was it thin enough? It may have been thin enough to go back under pressure. So I could have done I would have done a 0 pressure cook time for the broccoli. And I think that would have worked. That's a good idea. Well, bake still does let the moisture escape. It still does. It still does. I could see that how the sear saute you would think would be better, but because it was already thick enough, it might have scorched on the bottom unless I was continually stirring. So either way is okay. But I just think I just need to do it differently, right? I need to get it better the first time so we don't have to spend 30 minutes trying to fix it. Yeah, you could do it as a 360 meal, I'm sure, John. And I think I would still do the carrots in it, but the broccoli maybe separate. And that's another thing. I could have kept the broccoli bigger, and I could have done it pot and pot. So I could have put the broccoli on top and then the rice on top of that. I could have done that. Hey, Keith. Okay. When will I stream live again? Every Tuesday, I'll be live. Next Tuesday is a Q&A, so it's a little bit different. Jeff's at work on the opposite Tuesday, so I go live and do a Q&A where we just kind of chat and talk and blah, 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 and you ask questions, and I try to answer them, or I ask you guys questions, and you help me answer them and stuff like that. So it's just a fun chat because I cannot do this by myself. So then on the opposite week, when Jeff is off of work, we do Tasty Tuesday. So usually every Tuesday. Now I've got a few dates probably where I'm not going to be live just because we got some vacation stuff going on and some family things. But usually it's every Tuesday at 7:00 Central Time, U.S. Central Time. Let's see. Barbara loves the Q&A. I love these Tasty Tuesdays, Mark. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much. You know, this is, I think, so true. And it's not because I don't think it has anything to do with me, but he says Louise has a very friendly community of foodie lovers. And, you know, I could not agree more. I think the foodie community is so incredible. It's so kind. And I don't think it has anything to do with me. I just think that you're good people, like all the way around. I've met the most wonderful people. Like I've met friends that I will have for life in this community. I think it's amazing. And I'm just so blessed to be a part of it. What size measuring cup? Robbie was my sous chef, so I must pay attention. What size measuring cup did you fill for the milk and the stock? I used a half of a cup of stock and a half of a cup of milk. So 1 full cup. So way too much, obviously. We know that, right? So I could definitely go down on those. I was concerned. I don't cook with canned soups. Okay. I'll just be right up front there. I don't think I've ever cooked with a can of soup. Can you think of once?
No, in fact, I was trying to think of an option, and I was like, no.
Yeah, no. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. And people do it. I don't want to overcook. I'm going to stop now. But so it's not something that's like first nature of like, I thought that they would be thicker, honestly. So I thought that I would need that much liquid, and I didn't, because of course you also have liquid coming from the chicken itself. So it really, I mean, you saw how much liquid. It was a ton. So, you know, next time, personally, I'm going to probably do my own spin. I'm not going to use canned soup in mine. I'm going to do a different spin, I think, just because I don't buy it. I don't use it. And I think I can make it just as easy without it. I'm sorry. Here we go with my eyeballs. I guess my Benadryls. I want to rip them out of my head. I'm telling you, it's all I can do not to like punch myself in the face right now. I don't even know what it is or why I'm having these allergies. Okay. But they're all bumpy. I don't know if you can see it, but they're all bumpy. It's really icky. All right. I should let this rest, but I'm not going to. Yeah, it's way too soupy still. But it looks good. But I made soup. But, you know, hey, now if you wanted to try this recipe, you know what not to do. And that's just as valuable sometimes as knowing what to do. Honestly. I'll tell you though, this looks like I think I need a spoon. All right, first of all, let's see. Did that broccoli cook? Because that's going to be the first thing I need to address. Almost. Not quite. So, no. Not quite. It's weird, too. Because I would have thought these small florets would have cooked. No. Carrots are perfect, though. I can tell. The sauce is very cheesy. I don't think I got any chicken. That's another thing. I don't think my ratios are right either. I don't think I have enough chicken to everything else. This is definitely like a soup. I'm sorry, Robbie. I messed it up.
Susan, close the lid. Sue Schaefer said close the lid.
Yeah.
Cook the broccoli.
Yeah. Well, hey, you win some and you lose some. But this is not like a lost thing. This is good. I'm going to fix it, probably. I'm going to probably cook rice and mix rice in or parboil some potatoes. Or I'm going to do something to turn this into a better casserole so then I can freeze it and take it out for one of those last minute dinners. But yeah, I messed it up. I feel bad, Robbie. I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you. She told me not to add the milk in. Oh, well. Yeah, so Jeff has okay, so let's do this. Let's wrap this up with the actual instructions.
Okay. They're on there. You just have to scroll down.
And see how far off I was, because I think I really was.
Okay, so there's all your ingredients.
Okay.
And then all your instructions.
Okay.
I'm going to taste this one here.
1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast diced, or 1 bag of Tyson pulled chicken cube fully cooked. Okay. So obviously I use chicken thighs. Okay. So there's one variable right there. Chicken thighs are going to give off more liquid than chicken breasts. So there's one element of too much liquid. 1 bag of fresh broccoli florets. That was fine. I had those. 1/4 cup of diced white onion. Okay, there's another thing. Not that that's going to make too much of a difference, but I used the whole onion. 2 tablespoons of butter. I used 3. 1 10.5-ounce can of cream of chicken and cream of mushroom. I used those. Fresh baby carrots. Use those. 1/2 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of sour cream. I used a whole bunch more sour cream than that. I probably used a cup of sour cream.
And I'm
1/4 cup
definitely
of
tasting the sour cream.
Yeah. In fact, that was part of the bad flavor for me. Oh, there's no nutmeg.
Oh,
That would have helped.
yeah, I missed that because, again, we had it here. I didn't buy it. So when I came home, I threw everything.
Okay. That would have helped. That would have helped balance that flavor. Nutmeg is wonderful in a creamy sauce. So that's another thing. Okay. Shredded sharp cheddar. Okay, fine. 1 tablespoon of brown mustard. That's about what I used. Nutmeg, obviously missing. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. I used the whole thing. I don't think that made any difference. I did add liquid, but not enough. I'm not going to worry about that. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I probably ended up using that. And then the curry powder. Okay. And salt and pepper to taste. Did that. Okay. So the main issues were I used boneless, skinless thighs instead of breast, probably added to at least 1/2 cup more liquid, in my opinion. And that was probably more than 1 pound. It was probably 2 pounds.
Did you put the whole thing in there? Yeah, it was a couple pounds, I'm sure.
Which a couple pounds is going to be more, more liquid, more meat, more liquid. Okay. Spray the pot in the Ninja Foodi with the olive oil cooking spray. Turn the saute function on high. Add the cut chicken. I didn't cut mine, but that didn't matter. It's shredded up. And onion plus the garlic, salt. Cook the chicken until well done, at least 165 degrees internal temperature. This takes about 10 minutes. I didn't do that, but that's okay. We cooked it to temperature when we pressure cooked. Once the chicken is cooked, spray the multi-purpose pan. Okay, this is where she went into pot and pot, okay? Spray the multi-purpose pan with olive oil spray. Place the chicken on the bottom of the pan, top with the broccoli florets. Combine the cream of chicken, sour cream, mayonnaise, mustard, seasonings. But what happened to the cream of mushroom, Robbie? Okay, combine the cream of chicken, the sour cream, mayonnaise, mustard, seasonings. Place the pan on top of the wire rack that comes with the foodie in the low position so it sits low in the pot. The handle should be up on the side to make it easy for you to pull out a foodie. Okay, use the lid that's attached, shut the lid, and cook the bake roast function for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. Carefully open the lid. Yours is a lot quicker than mine. Carefully stir up the ingredients just to be light stirring. Okay, and then go another 5 minutes, top with cheese. It's best to put the cheese the final 5 minutes of cooking. Cook for 5 minutes at 350. Open the lid, use the mitts to remove the dish from the foodie and let cool 5 minutes and serve. Okay. I don't see where you put the milk in, and I don't see where you put the second can of cream of chicken in, or the second can of cream of mushroom, I'm sorry. So I'm assuming you put those in. Wait a minute, maybe you don't have milk in yours. Oh, no, you have milk. Let me see. Combine the cream of chicken and sour cream, mayonnaise, mustard, and seasonings. But no milk. So there's some things missing in the recipe, Robbie. But I'm assuming you mixed it all up at the same time. That's what I'm going to assume. All right. Well, that's weird, though. The only thing I really did different was the chicken and added in an extra 1/2 cup of liquid. But because we did the pressure cook, which traps in all the liquid. Anyway, interesting. Definitely something I could work on. to fix. What did you think, Jeff, about the flavor now?
I can't get past the sour cream, honestly. I wish that.
Yeah.
Oh, we turn on my mic. So the sour cream, because we use too much.
Yeah.
It just has a tart sourness.
It does.
And
It does.
the broccoli is off-putting.
Yeah.
It's not cooked. But I can see
Agreed.
how if you fine-tune this, it would be delicious.
Yeah, I think it would be. Robbie, thanks so much for turning me on to this because I've never had it before. Obviously, like I've said a million times, and I think, and it might not be. Robbie just says it's not for everyone though, and it may not be. I mean, that's the beauty of food. Like this might be what somebody absolutely loves and craves, and I might not like it. Doesn't mean it's a bad dish. It just means that I don't like it and you do, and that's perfectly fine. And that's why on my Facebook groups, I am like a stickler for do not put down somebody else's food. I don't care what you think about it because it's their food and they love it, and be respectful or don't say anything at all. Right. Of course, here I am saying I don't like it, but it's just for me. I don't like it. It's just not my kind of a dish. However, I think if I made it correctly and it was a little thicker and a little bit more balanced because I put in way too much sour cream, I think I would like it. So I'm going to try it again because I think it would be a dish that a lot of you guys would love to make. And that's more important to me than what I like. I want you guys to like it. So I want to hear from you too. So let me know if you would like me to turn this into a dump meal, which would have rice in it, okay, which is not traditional, but it's fine. Or potatoes, sliced potatoes in it. So it's a one dish meal that you just scoop and serve to your family. Or would you prefer if I did it where you could have the rice or the sliced potatoes served separately as a side, but still cooked all in one dish? So let me know. What's the easiest way? Probably send me an email.
Yeah, Louise at thesaltedpepper.com. And if you want to be the sous chef anytime, Jeff at the Salted Pepper, just let me know that you want to do it, and then we'll talk about ingredients.
And Deborah likes the idea of a biscuit topper. Yeah. So, I like that idea too. I mean, that would be comfort food at its finest. It's almost like a cheesy chicken pot pie, to be honest with you. Especially if I didn't put so much sour cream in there, which threw it all off. But, all right. Well, yeah, send me an email, Louise at thesaltedpepper.com. Just let me know what you want. If you want it to be a dump meal, which I think would be kind of fun. And I think it would be kind of easy to do. It would almost be like my cheesy ground beef recipe, but it would be with chicken. And I would not call it chicken divan. Divan? Divan? Divan. I would not call it that because I would be straying far from the original. But we can call it a cheesy chicken and rice casserole and be just fine, right? All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. Anybody else have any questions? Robbie, I could do the Ritz cracker topping. I could do that. Yep. Maybe it should have been a sauce put over pasta. I definitely think it lends itself to rice more than pasta, but that's my personal opinion.
I think Chicken Louise. There already is a Chicken Louise I've seen in restaurants.
Is there?
I know that
Chicken Louise?
The one right here.
What's that about?
I don't know. I thought you got it, or one of us got it when we.
Does it have crab meat in it? For
Vicari,
being crabby?
No, Vicari right here in
Vicari?
They had a Chicken Louise, I think.
Okay. I don't know. I don't remember that. Oh, well, I can't look it up because if I look it up, I'm going out of my.
He said, dumb question. What's a dump meal?
Keith, that's not a dumb question. There's no dumb questions. And of course, when you call it a dump meal, you're like, do I really even want it? No. Basically, you dump all the ingredients in the pot. You set the pressure time. And then when it's done, you stir it. Sometimes you'll bake at the end just to, bake the cheese on. But basically, it's just throw it in the pot, cook it, and you have dinner. And it's really quick and easy. They're really quick and easy. Good night, Pat. Good night, Ellen. Good night, John. And Robbie, thanks so much. And I'm sorry I screwed up your recipe so bad. So sorry. Thanks, Deborah. All right, guys. So definitely send me a message. And Kettle Kitchen, I did get your email. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, much less November. So I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't know what I'm doing in November and whether I can commit. November's fourth quarter, it's really busy for me. But I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't answered you yet. So I apologize for that delay. Margaret, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you were here with us, Margaret. All right, everyone. Love y'all. I'll see you next Tuesday for our Q&A. Bye-bye.